Hello, it is Sarah Divinely You. This is astrology and energies for this moment in time of February 22nd through the 25th, 2023. And I have a lot coming through to bring you this week. So we just had that Pisces new moon, and I don't know about you, but I got a lot of downloads, nudges, and immediately had to hit my journal about the time that the new moon was peaking. And so felt it very powerfully. This was a very powerful new moon. Pisces is a very powerful season. Um, as I said before, this is the 12th zodiac sign. It is the 12th house in your natal chart. And so um, it's a lot of endings. And just looking at the astrology for this week, we have a lot of dominant energy in Capricorn, Aquarius, Pisces, and Aries. And that's very unique because Capricorn, Aquarius, and Pisces are the 10th, 11th, and 12th of the zodiac, and Aries is the first of the zodiac. And so there's a lot of endings happening, leading to a lot of beginnings happening, right? We have Jupiter, Chiron, and Venus in Aries, and we have Neptune, and as of this recording, the moon and the sun. The moon will obviously ingress to, I believe, Gemini by the weekend. But in Pisces and then in Aquarius, we have Mercury, and then of course, and Saturn, of course, and Pluto finishing up in Capricorn. And based on where Pluto is at that 29th degree of Capricorn, Saturn is at 28. Aquarius will make it to 29 by the weekend. So we've got two outer planets finishing in signs in the next 6 weeks. Less than that. I think it's more like five, maybe even four at this point. So we are definitely getting into this space and time of endings. And so a few things that I'm feeling. Number one is because of Mercury being in Aquarius, very intellectual air sign, Mercury will square Uranus and Taurus. So there will be some intense downloads, there will be some intense intuitive nudges. And then Mercury will also trine Mars, who's also in the air sign of Gemini. So there will be kind of this uh, flow coming through. And it's also the sun in Pisces, which is the dreamer. It's very dreamy energy. So our intuition could be very heightened this week, and throughout this Pisces season. This Pisces season is going to be very pivotal. It's going to be very much about endings. These signs are very much defining their archetypes this particular year. As Aquarius was kind of the most, inner intellectual, looks like everything's falling apart with relationships, but really it's coming together. And Pisces is the dreamer and illusions and karma and endings and all of that. And these signs are really amplifying their archetypes and their definitions. So, that being said, a few things that I'm feeling for this week and as we continue through this Pisces season. If you have been doing a lot of inner work, a lot of personal development work, spiritual growth, and you've developed some skill sets, you've developed some projects, you've got some talents and gifts that you're wanting to highlight and bring into fruition. You will probably notice yourself being more self-absorbed or even self-isolated. And I don't mean this in an unhealthy way, although it could turn that way the closer Saturn gets to Pisces. But what I'm feeling is that people who have been working on themselves, is they will sort of self-isolate, self-absorb into building and actually creating and manifesting and bringing those things into fruition. So if you've been wanting to write, if you've been wanting to do graphic design, if you've been wanting to do drawing or whatever it is, whatever project you're up to, you might notice yourself pulling within uh, and really, desiring to disconnect and desiring to uh, use your time or invest your time into bringing these projects forefront and creating and really putting those dreams into physical, um, tangible works. However, on the flip side of this, if you are insecure or if you deal with abandonment wounds, if you kind of struggle with your own self ability to be unique, this might be a really struggling time for you because as people kind of tend to self isolate or self absorb, they will be less available to support others. And I don't mean that in a mean way. I mean that you're going to notice that people who normally support you are in their own world and doing their thing. And um, this is an opportunity to really dig into that wound and be more secure with yourself and understand that your people are not abandoning you out of meanness. They're not even abandoning you at all. They're simply in their own space doing their own thing and having fun doing it and bringing themselves so much joy that they are, it's not personal is what I'm getting at. It's not personal. It's not personal at all. Now there will be people who are supportive individuals like myself and other coaches and astrologers and spiritual guides. We will create the space to be available, but in general in your world you may just be present to that person not being available or those people not being available. And it also could be on the very dark side of it if they are self-isolating in the dark way, that they're falling into some, depression or emotional instability or things like that. Because this is very much, I mean, yeah, I don't even know how to describe the changes that are about to occur, but it is going to be a massive shift when we have Saturn move into Pisces on March 7th and Pluto move into Aquarius on March 23rd. And immediately after that, Mars will move into Cancer, where it is a detriment. It is going to be different. And so perhaps you're already feeling the different. I know I am feeling the different. I personally have Saturn conjuncting my sun, so my level of discipline and responsibility has kicked up a few notches. Where I'm, leaving my phone turned off a lot of the time or do not disturb or whatever. I'm not a big fan of notifications anyway. But I am noticing that the more I dig into my own personal projects and content creation and writing and things like that are coming back online after that long Mars retrograde and that Mercury retrograde on top of it, right? Now we're coming back online with this Pisces energy, and the ideas are starting to flow again. So it's been a minute since we've had this burst of creativeness. And I think with Mercury aspecting Uranus and aspecting Mars, from Aquarius, we're going to start getting more nudges. We're going to start getting more downloads and floods of it. And then we're in the dreamy sign of Pisces. It's such a beautiful energy, but it will be intense because we've got so many people in different places. There's people, like I said, there's people that are not secure with themselves, or they do feel abandoned, or they do feel like they don't, it's almost like if they don't have a purpose or they don't feel like they're serving, it may cause them to struggle mentally a lot more. And I think we'll see that a lot more as we have Saturn coming into Pisces. So a few things I would say for support is meditation, or getting outside and meditating with the earth for sure. Can like touching the earth. And I'm not talking about cement in your city. I'm talking about go touch some grass, go touch some dirt, get your hands dirty, really be grateful for this earth that we live on. So meditation, getting outside, appreciating being outside. Um, of course, there's always earthy oils, earthy aromatherapies that you can use to, simulate being outside, but obviously touching the earth with your skin is, with your bare hands, your bare feet, is obviously going to be more enhanced. But either way, um, journaling, lots of journaling. If you're getting floods and floods of ideas, take the time to journal them. Like me, randomly journaling right as the new moon last night was peaking. I was like, go journal, go journal. I just um and so it's we're getting a lot of nudges of how to move forward. And as we move into this further into this 2023 energy, it's going to be you being secure with yourself. And I know we all want to belong to a group, whether it's a physical group or a virtual group. But there's a part of being a part being there's a part of belonging to a group that's about what are you here to contribute, and solidifying your contributions to that group, to that community. And, for me, this is like, I kind of live in two different worlds, right? Because I live in an earthly community that's not into astrology, but I participate in that group by doing things that support that group, right? And then I come online and I do this kind of work, right? Where I present astrology and tarot and do all the videos and whatnot. And so it's, you know, understanding that you do have this is the duality, right? We have an earthly presence and we also have a virtual presence, right? So you can kind of, I don't want to say two characters because it's not acting, but you are kind of playing different roles, and it's defining those roles. Like, how do I contribute to this earthly community? And how do I contribute to this online community or this virtual community that I'm a part of? And so it's solidifying those roles and moving forward with those roles. So you might notice a lot of things ending. You might notice a lot of things coming to a closure. You might notice opportunities start to pop up everywhere you turn around. There's a new one there. Oh, there's a new opportunity there. So you're going to see a lot of different dynamic through this Pisces season. But I would say this next few days, certainly take advantage of the energy, the intuitive nudges. Take notes, write them down. If you have a dream, write down your dream. Will definitely help in that. And then I drew a couple of oil cards. Did I drop one? Thought there was two up here. Maybe there is, and I just can't find it. Oh, okay. I thought there was two. Now I only see one. Here we go. Okay. It disappeared off the table. I had put it on. Okay. So for supportive aromatherapies, we have vetiver, and vetiver comforts fears and restores spirits. So if you are feeling like you're in an anxiety state, or you're feeling uncomfortable, or you're feeling scared of the changes to come, vetiver, this is something that is available through doTERRA, both in a drip oil and a roller jar, which means you can put it on the soles of your feet. And if you have followed me for a while, you know that popping oils on the soles of my feet is one of my favorite ways to use oils, because your feet have the largest pores in your skin. in your body. So vetiver, I've used this for grounding. I have used this to regain my focus, and those sorts of things. Vetiver is very grounding. It's calming to the nervous system, which is what anxiety is when your nervous system is just overreacting to what's going on. And then we have marjoram. It says soothes and comforts. I haven't personally used this one, marjoram, but I know a lot of people who do use and recommend marjoram. I believe it's available through doTERRA. If not, certainly I'm sure some oil company has marjoram to use. But again, this is another one of those like soothing and comforting. You notice that both of those are soothers and comforters. And I think that it's important to use therapies, whether it's crystals, whether it's meditations, whether it's chakra balancing or chakra alignments, or aromatherapies, even the food you eat. It's important to the activities you participate in. It's important to find comforts, right? You may notice like that you're watching old TV shows or old movies, kind of as your comfort food, right? Because when we're going through this level of a change all at once, which it's going to just rapidly speed up, it's really important to comfort your nervous system, to calm it down, to let it know, let your inner child know that it's okay, that we're going through a change, we're up leveling, and it's okay, you're safe, I'm keeping you safe, and reparent that inner child and all of that. So I hope you found this to be helpful. I know there's a lot going on. I totally empathize, but also embrace it, because there is so much more to come in this decade, in this year, and just take it moment by moment, day by day. Know that you're not alone, that we're all here on this earth in this time and space together. And all of the skills that you have acquired over time, whether it's communication, patience, uh, stabilizing your system, all of these things are sort of culminating for you to use all at the same time. And this is implementation time. So I hope that was helpful. I'll see you in the dailies. And of course, I'm doing the daily lives on Instagram where I broaden and talk more about some of the stuff I talk about here. But of course, you can simply catch the Angel Tarot. I'm doing Angel Tarot for the Pisces season, kind of enjoying it, actually. It's broadening my creativity a little bit with the cover photos and whatnot, which YouTube doesn't do cover photos. It's so silly, but TikTok and every other platform does. So go figure. Content creator problems, right? So thank you so much for tuning in. I am Sarah Divinely You, and I will see you on the next video.